Okay.
I'm very
Hello.
resourceful.
Hi. Hi, everyone. We're gonna talk English. I can see that there's someone from I think from Ukraine. Yeah. Могу сказать, да. Здравствуйте. Хорошо, все хорошо. Как вы? Да. Yeah. So uh, I want to talk about East-West rules, as you know.
Yep.
East-West rules, because I think there's a lot of questions about this topic about East-West rules. It's written, right? You sent
Yes.
me before rules. I don't know if it's posted anywhere or no, or it's just between the referees. But yeah, and a lot of people just asking questions. What is the difference between WAF rules and East-West rules? So maybe we can talk about that. Maybe I don't know about some differences between the rules. Uh, let's talk about which one is more fair. Let's say WAF rules or East-West rules, professional arm wrestling or amateur arm wrestling rules.
Boy, fair is a really tricky word.
Yeah,
I
but
think they're both fair. I just think they're different.
that's for sure the different. That's why I want to talk about what's the differences. Like what is the because there should be some. I don't know how to say. The buff is very strict. There's a referee's grip, no moving, no nothing. If you move, you got a foul. And East-West gives more freedom. Or
Right.
professional arm wrestling, East-West league. Yeah. So
Yep.
what is more fair and what is better? What do you think? What is better for arm wrestlers and for viewers? It's a big topic, but I mean, maybe you got
For
some.
viewers, East versus West is 100 times better than WAF.
Okay. Yeah, I can
I
agree
mean,
on
it
that.
just is. I mean, I watched all the top eight stuff for WAF this year, which you did a great job, by the way. Um, but
We,
it was boring as hell.
yeah, but no, but I mean, you can get a real good matches even with the strict rules. That's true.
You can get great matches with strict rules, but I I mean, how many matches in the top eight on the seniors ended in fouls?
I don't know the statistics, but I think
It's a
a lot.
lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from a viewer wants to watch arm wrestling. They don't want to watch fouls. We all know that. But we have to have rules, otherwise you can't have the sport. I mean, without
Yeah.
any rules, it's ridiculous and absurd, and it would become unwatchable. So that's where I think East versus West is doing a good job. Now, I think East versus West can do better. I think there's
Mm.
things that we can do in the future to do better. Um, but they're doing a good job of bringing together rules, but letting the arm wrestlers arm wrestle to find a champion versus the nitpicky, tiny little fouls.
Hmm. Hmm. But if we talk about a setup, um,
Mhm.
if one athlete is a little bit more advanced in the setup, is it fair to another athlete if we give him a strict WAF referee's grip, then then they both are more or less equal in the grip. But if we give them freedom, no rules, they can do whatever. Okay, it's watchable,
Right.
but
No, obviously, if you've got people that can't get a grip together, I mean that's what the referee's grip is for. Now, I like the WAF referee grip better than the East versus West referee grip
mhm,
because movement in a referee's grip is a foul, so it's easier to control. Movement in a referee's grip for East versus West is a warning, so it makes fewer matches end in fouls, so it potentially makes it a little bit more viewer friendly. but it makes it a lot harder to ref and keep control of the match.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I've talked with Robert and Dexter about a lot. For now, it's going to stay the same. I would rather see movement in a referee grip become a foul again, but go from a 2 foul system to a 3.
So every match is going to be every matchup is going to be three fouls then,
Right.
right? 3 fouls. Okay, maybe it's more fair. I don't know, or maybe it's not the correct word, but it's more reasonable to get three
Right.
fouls. But it's
And
going to
I
take a
just looked.
longer time, no? What do you think?
Not necessarily. I don't think it would, because I think warnings in a referee's grip take a long time.
Yeah.
So if you go to fouls in a referee grip, the referee grip gets easier and faster. So adding that additional foul so that hopefully we don't end on fouls. I don't think it makes it longer. I don't know that it makes it shorter, but I don't think it makes it longer. And I did look. The rules are on the East versus West website now. They are posted.
Okay. I didn't know that. All right. So everyone can look up and find those rules and read them and then understand what is happening on the table when referee is giving a warning or foul or doesn't look at the tiny elbow lifts that is not getting any advantage and so on.
And it's all the rules. It's referee uniforms, it's table dimensions. It is the full rules on there
Oh,
now.
okay. Okay. So
Yep.
I think I need to read them.
Yeah. Again, they're 90% WAF.
Yeah, because those are like basics. It's basic of arm wrestling. There is no other rules in the world that it all comes from WAF, right? From WAF.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and it develops every year. It develops. Like example, this year we are giving this humerus dangerous position, declining humerus bone foul, or what do you call
Which is
you could
great.
call it. Yeah, because it's not arm wrestling.
Yep.
And east west, it was the rule from the start, as I remember.
Yep.
Yeah, so no king's move anymore. Yeah, that's
Yep.
very good. That's very good. Uh, yeah, and about yeah, what? Okay, WAF got ready go. East West got don't move go. What's the difference between those things? What do you think?
Well, I mean, really, WAF is don't move, ready, go. I mean, it really is. Most every ref at WAF, before they start their ready go, says don't move, correct?
Mm, I'll, yeah, not
They
not a,
should.
not a lot, but yeah,
Yeah.
the
So
same.
the idea behind getting rid of ready was to try to get rid of false starts.
Mm,
That was the idea. I don't know that I think it had that effect. And it makes it a little less of a
false
timing
start.
game, but it's there's another organization that doesn't move ready. UAL. Bill Collins and UAL got rid of ready 10 years ago.
They just say go,
They just say go.
but before that, don't move.
Right. But the the problem for a long time at
Yeah.
East versus West, which I don't think we had this problem in Denver, but a problem in East versus West for quite a while was a lot of the referees, instead of going ready go, started going don't move go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to get them set, tell them don't move. Do a quick check of everything to make sure that they're good, and then go. So you shouldn't be able to time your hit off of don't move at East versus West. You should
Mm-hmm.
have to wait for the go if us referees are doing it properly.
You said about false start. Is it we are giving in East West referees are giving for the false start? It's a warning, right?
Yes.
Maybe we need to get rid of the warnings and just let them do it again without warnings. I mean, false start is not how to say we stop the match, not giving them warnings, but just continue the match or whatever.
Yeah, I think you'd end up with a lot more false starts.
Mm-hmm.
I know as a competitor, if I'm not going to get a false start, I'm going to go earlier and earlier every time,
Yeah,
trying to get it right.
yeah, you're gonna try it. Yeah, I know.
And there's some competitors, and we don't need to name names, but we all know them. There are some competitors that false start on purpose to put damage into their competitor,
Mm-hmm.
to start to tire the hand, to start to tire the wrist, to knock them out of their mind, to get them out of their headspace. So
That's a
yeah,
mind
I
game.
wouldn't want to take away warnings from that.
Okay, so false start is a warning. Okay, and two warnings is a foul, and if we got a three fouls, so we can start how many times?
Lot. Well, currently it's just two fouls. It's still two
Yeah,
fouls, and it's going to stay
it's
that way for a while.
okay. So two fouls. All right. Two warnings, one foul. So we can start with the four. We can try. Athlete can try to do four false starts, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
And as
just like
long
at WAF.
and as long as referee sees it, then he will get a foul, or referee will say, let them just pull.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Just recently, 1 week ago, we got the World Arm Wrestling Federation championship. It was very nice. It's all those days were a little bit tiring, but because we work all days from 8 with the break in the middle, like 2 hours maybe till 10 p.m., something like this, from 8 a.m.
It
till 10 p.m.
it looked brutal for the
It
referees.
for the I still can't get my head like in the right place. I mean, I'm still saying ready go and something something like this in my. I was dreaming about arm wrestling.
That's never good.
I mean, I was dreaming about something is not right on the table. I need to fix it, or so it's in my. Yeah, it was it, and if we got this, let's say in a WAF, uh, if there is okay, let me get it correct. If it's gonna be if it's not gonna be the WAF rules in WAF tournaments, but East versus West rules, which is more attractive for audience and more faster, maybe, you know, then maybe it would be a little bit not so exhausting for referees, if you
Yeah,
know what I mean.
maybe I do. Yeah, I mean, I've refed the long days at WAF with you,
Mm,
and it's exhausting. But I got to admit that after an East versus West, I'm exhausted.
mm,
But it's a different stress. I think at WAF you're exhausted because it's a really long day, and
yeah.
you're on your feet for 10 or 12 hours, and I mean, yes, it's stressful, but didn't you think Denver was just a different level of stress while you were reffing than what you're normally dealing with?
Yeah, I think it's because of the live stream. No, in WAF we got the same. We got live stream on YouTube and something, but it's some kind of in East West you feel more responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
even more responsibility to the audience or something like this.
Well, to the audience, to the competitors, to the promoters that bring us there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, anybody out there that is critical of referees, and it's most people, any of them that would actually say that we don't care about how it goes is completely wrong. You can
Mm,
tell me that I made a wrong call, and you can tell me that I'm a terrible referee, and you can tell me that I don't know what I'm doing, and you can have your opinion. But don't tell me that myself or anybody else on the referee team there doesn't care about doing the very best that they can, because everybody there has a very high level of care. And quite honestly, that's one of the reasons that we're chosen, is because we actually care.
mm, mm.
Certainly you have to have a certain level of skill to be invited to East versus West, but it takes more than just skill to get invited to East versus West.
Yeah, and you can't even explain what it. Yeah, you need to care. That's a good that's a good
Hmm.
word. But I know that all the referees in WAF, they are so dedicated to the
Yes.
sport. I don't know. Those are like extremely, mm, how to say, extremely dedicated and extremely special, not in a bad way, but I mean special people. No, there's not a lot of people can do like this. Work all
No.
day and care about the athletes and enforcing the rules and thinking about a lot of stuffs in yeah. So I'm just I can not be more happy to be part of that team and
Oh,
a part of
100%.
the East-West, East-West team too. Yeah.
So I'm
So,
I'm hoping this next year, and I've told Katya that I would like to do this, but I would really like to come and ref Europeans once.
mm, okay.
Um,
Katya is here, so she can
no,
hear.
yes, yeah, Katya, I want to come ref Europeans, and really, I enjoy coming and ref and WAF. But if I'm going to be honest, I'm at WAF to compete. That's
Mm,
my primary focus when I'm at WAF. Is I'm a competitor first. At Europeans, I can't compete there anyway. So I can truly just be there to be a ref and enjoy that aspect of it without the added pressure of competing, and still refing some of the best athletes on the planet at one of the most prestigious tournaments
mm.
there is. Yeah, I would really like to go to Europeans and ref there.
Yeah, Europeans is going to be, I don't know the date. I think it's going to be May in Budapest, in Hungary. Yeah.
Oh, and I would love to go
Uh,
back to Budapest.
it's amazing city. I love it.
It
It's
is.
just one of my favorite cities, you know.
Yep, I was
Ah,
there for Worlds in 2017.
yeah, I think I was there too. Yeah, yeah. And Luke, Katya is writing, Luke, you are very welcome. Yeah. So, yeah, and hi from Galicia. Hello to Galicia. Maruma. Oh man, Maruma Talobos. Okay.
If
Yeah.
you say so.
That's his name, so I don't know.
I see
Victor is
Victor's
saying,
in there. Hey, Victor.
yeah, Victor is saying that it's May from 9 till 20. So it's 11 days. So
Europeans is 11 days?
I don't know if Victor is correct, then yeah, it's 11 days. But I mean, it's 11
Wow.
days with team registration, with all together
Okay.
arrivals and, weigh-ins, everything. And I don't know about the Europeans. It's going to be the same thing as a Worlds, or it's going to be different. I don't know yet. But yeah, so I think, yeah, in 1 month we will have East West with the super. I don't know. It's going to be one of the best. There's going to be superstars of arm wrestling, and
Hmm.
we will need to deal with them on the table.
Yes, we will. But
Yeah,
Devin's not pulling.
Devon is not pulling. Okay, but Devon is behaving, so he's
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 been
okay
better.
right now. He's been better right now. Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about straps. If we're talking about the rules, straps. So in WAF, we are giving if there's a slip out in a losing position or it's intentional slip out in a losing position. That's a
Intentional slip.
intentional slip. That's a losing because it's a losing position, right? Or
Right.
intentional slip in the middle, that's a foul. In East versus West is different.
There is no such thing as an intentional slip at East versus West.
Yeah.
So all slips
Hmm.
go to the strap, regardless of where they happen.
Yeah. And what do you think? Is it better again or worse for the athletes and for everyone?
Um, boy, I think all slips go to the strap are better for
Hmm.
the fans, the viewers. I think I think intentional slip calls are more fair.
Intentional slips are more fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you call an intentional slip as a foul, I think that's more fair than just going to the strap.
Hmm.
Because if you take, oh, we'll just take you and me. If we're arm wrestling each other, um, I am 100% going to want to go to the strap with you
Hmm.
because that doesn't allow you to top roll me as easy. So if I have to get to the strap and I can get to it, no matter I can go, ah, and I don't get a foul for it, you're going to be in a strap match because I can guarantee I can slip, especially if I'm not going to get called for an intentional slip. But if I really want the strap and I can't get called for an intentional slip, I have to be a lot better at doing a professional slip, which most athletes are really good at that. I mean, I would say half of the slips that happen are
Hmm.
actually intentional. They're just doing it in a way that isn't illegal.
Hmm.
So that's why I say I think having the intentional slip call is more fair for
No.
the the all slips go to the strap are better for viewers.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if it's intentional slip in a losing position, that's just a loss, or win. Yeah,
Yep.
and that's it. Yeah, and the thing is that I don't know if it's again straps. If you're a top roller, that's not good. If you got a strap match,
So we have
you
a we have
bet
a
you bet.
question that says if a slip is parallel to the pin pad, does it also go to the strap? So if you slip and you go below the parallel, so you would be parallel pin, that's a pin. If your fingers go below the pin line as you're slipping, that's a pin. That's the same everywhere.
Mhm. Yeah, you cannot get in the straps if you are going below the pad, right? That's
Yep.
uh, that's just a win. Yeah, and sometimes in very fast matches, it can happen. This thing can
Yep.
happen. Very fast start. I mean,
Yes.
bomb, and that's it. Mm. Okay. I want to ask you one a little bit uh, question from about the straps from the referee point of view. When you are applying the straps, uh, we all know that the buckle side is not in favor, or how to say it. Yeah. So the athlete with the buckle can ask if a referee can tight the strap or lose a little bit. So what
So
are you what you doing on the table? It's interesting for me. What you doing on the table to make it again fair to the
right.
one or another?
So so just to clarify, at WAF, if I ask for the strap to be tighter and you say no, I don't want it tighter, it doesn't get tightened, no matter who has the buckle. It has to be agreed on. If one competitor wants it tighter, the other competitor gets to say yes or no, just like back pressure loading at WAF.
Mm,
At East versus West, the buckle gets to make the choice if they want it tighter.
mm. So
Now,
it's different.
it is different, and that's to give. the person with the buckle an opportunity to even out the advantage or disadvantage of having the buckle. Now, you said everybody agrees that having the buckle is bad, and I actually don't. I don't think the buckle side makes a darn bit of difference. I
So you
really
don't
don't.
feel it as arm wrestler. You don't feel it.
Not at
Mm-hmm.
all. I think that it's the fact that the person without the buckle is actually facing the referee,
Mm-hmm.
and I think facing the referee is an advantage. But I don't think the buckle is a disadvantage, but that is a completely different conversation. So what I do when I'm putting on the strap, whether I put on the strap at WAF or EBW, I put on the strap the same way. So the proper way to apply a strap is so that the strap prevents the competitors from slipping apart. That is the job of the strap. So when I apply the strap, everything is done. I go to tighten it. I come out, I pull down, I come out, I pull down twice.
Mm-hmm.
I find that doing that twice is very consistent, typically gets the same amount of tightness or very, very close as it did the last time. And it is tight enough that they're not going to slip apart. Now, most of the time, I find that when the buckle person or two competitors say, yes, make it tighter, there's very little extra tightness to give it because we've already snugged it down pretty good. But I don't try to crank them down like that, and I don't just go, boom, oh, you're good. I give it 2, and then I'm done. Unless after 2 you can visibly see that the strap isn't right, then
Mm-hmm.
obviously you have to fix it. But I do that same thing every time I put on the strap, no different than every time I set a referee's grip. I set it the same way every time. That's the absolute best thing any referee can do is develop a system that they do at the table the exact same every time, which I know you know because I know at WAF there's been a lot of work in training the referees
Mm-hmm.
to have the same system so that the competitors get it doesn't matter if you're on the table as the head ref or if I'm on the table as the head ref, they get the same experience, which is the way it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so, but of course, over the 20-ish years that I've been reffing, um, I've built my system. So when the very first time there's a referee's grip, I close the same hand first every time. I always close the hand that's facing me first.
Mm-hmm.
Then I always know where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Yep.
I
I'm
always do
doing
it
the
the same.
same. I'm doing the
Yep.
same. Yeah. That's
Yep.
how you
So
do it.
same
Yeah.
same with the strap. That's how I put it on, and that's my gauge of trying to make sure that it is an even, appropriately applied strap.
Mm-hmm. Uh, do you check when you put the strap on? Do you check the tightness of the strap, like between the hands? Do you check it? I sometimes
So
do. I sometimes check the if it's tight enough here, you know?
right. So
Yeah.
when I bring the strap around the wrist and through the middle, I pull across and in at the same time. So by the time I'm strapping it, that part's already tight.
Mm-hmm.
And I show you what I mean when we're in Switzerland, but I mean you've put the strap on me before. I think you do it pretty much the same way.
I think we're doing the same, yeah. And what, like you said, we're trying in a WAF, we're trying to referees do the same thing. Every referee needs to do the same thing. Like the same as if we show strap match, then it's a strap match.
Yep.
If we show referee's grip, it's a referee. Everyone understands and everyone knows what to expect.
Yep. All the same
We got
stuff.
a question. Touching the strap have a warning or not? If
Yeah.
athlete is touching the strap.
Touching the strap is it's actually it's a yeah it is a warning. Touching the strap at East versus West is
Mm-hmm.
a warning.
Mm-hmm. But at
I
WAF,
think it's a
it's not a
I,
warning.
I think it's a caution at WAF.
Yeah, you can just say to the athlete that don't touch the strap, and if he's doing it again, you can give a warning, but that's not a
Right.
rule. Yeah.
Yep. We have another question. Do athletes have the option to decide whether the strap is high or low? Yes, they do. They can pick high or low. Low is 1 inch down from the wrist line. One question I get asked a lot is, how do you know how far an inch is? Well, it's the
Hmm.
width of the strap. It's a 1 inch strap. Well, my fingers are
Yeah.
bigger than yours.
Okay. Maybe. But I'm always like from the where the wrist is bending, two fingers. It's the best way for me.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
but
you put the strap a little bit lower, it's gonna be a bad strap. It's gonna lose.
it'll
So
get loose. Yep.
yeah. So there is no point to do that because you need to again restrap it again. You know.
Right.
Mm. And most of the athletes, like 95%, is asking strap down.
Yes. But
Yeah.
not always, but 90%. Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
And anytime, so let me ask you, when you ask up, down, and someone says up,
And you're like
does it
up?
surprise you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
You're like,
up.
are you
Oh,
sure?
okay. Yeah, it's like yeah, because they in WAF athletes sometimes don't understand English, so you say them up down, and then you just show them. Okay, this is
Right.
good, and I'm always asking, this is good. They're saying, okay, this is good. We're good to go. You know.
And Champion Road just asked, are you going to write the EVW rules on the internet? They are on the EVW website. I just looked when we started the live to see if they had put them on there, and they are on the internet for everybody to see. They're there.
Mm, yep, that's very good. Everyone should know the rules who's watching arm wrestling.
Isn't it
Um,
amazing though how many people don't? How many really quite high level competitors don't actually know what the rules are? It always amazes me.
yep, yep. And when I posted those videos from the East versus Rules meeting, there were questions like, can you move in, can you move shoulders or whatever? There, they, that's how do you are pulling 25 years and you don't know the rules, just like a
Right.
basics of the rules. How is that possible?
Basic,
Basics,
basic,
yeah.
basic rules.
Mm. Or it's just they just want to talk about something, and then they talk. I
Right.
know that there was a in the last East versus West, there was this guy, I don't remember his name, but Oberst,
Yeah,
the
Robert Obrist.
Robert, yeah, sorry. And I think he was saying, I don't know, I know zero rules. Like he didn't understand anything. And after you explained them, then then he said, "This is first time I'm learning the rules of arm wrestling." And he's pulling in, the best professional league in the world. So athletes should know the rules, and we
Yeah.
as referees need to teach them. Who else is
Right.
going to
Now
teach them?
Robert is a strongman crossover, and it
Yeah.
was, I believe, his first ever real match.
Mm.
So, I agree. Yes. Really, what I would say is the people that have been training him really should have taught him the rules at the same time.
Mm. And that's why they say the same thing. The people in comments were asking, how many times you gonna? Is it gonna be like every time before the East West? There's gonna be rules meeting, but you
Yes.
need rules meeting. It's gonna be every time, right? Because athletes don't understand rules, and the spectators don't understand rules. So championship road is there is a bone coming out on your hand under your carpals. Carpals, yeah. Always strap is under the athlete. Under that, if athlete wants it down, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
always,
because
but
that bone is basically at the wrist line.
mm, and sometimes others got bigger bone, smaller bone. So as long as they
Yeah.
comfortable and as long as the strap is not low, too low,
Right.
you know?
Yep. Should we announce who the refs for East versus West Switzerland are?
Yeah, do it. Let's do it.
It's you, Bill Collins, Christo, I can't say his last name, and myself,
Yeah, it's Christo Delijakov. Delijakov.
Delajakov.
Yes.
Christo Delajakov.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
And you're
that's
Olegs.
us. Yeah, yeah, you can try to say my surname. It's a Gantimurovs.
Gantimurovs.
Yeah, yeah. Like gone tomorrow.
Gantimurovs.
Yeah, something
I
like
do
that.
I do okay.
Yeah. Okay, so and can we say that you are a head referee of East versus West, or no?
Uh, I,
Or it's not?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I don't believe I've been officially made the head ref of East versus West. I have been involved for the Denver event in this event, helping set up the referee crews, helping make sure that we're doing our training before the event to make sure that we're all on the same page. And that's something that we'll continue to do, even though we trained in Denver. We'll get together
Mm.
and the four of us will train in Switzerland. And then at the next East versus West, we'll do it again. I mean, there's no reason not to. Arm wrestlers practice all the time. There's no reason referees shouldn't. It only makes us better.
Mm.
So I've had some input in that, and some help with Robert and Dexter, but I don't know that I'm officially the head ref of East versus West. I don't know that that's actually been. I don't know that there is a head ref or that there even needs to be.
Mm. I think that it needs to be. I think it needs to be. Like in the WAF, we got Katya. She's head referee. In the different leagues, there should be. I don't know. That's my understanding,
Sure.
but okay, yeah. So what about? I wanna talk about starting position real fast. Is the shoulders is square, wrists are straight, thumb knuckles visible. Are the rules too strict or necessary? This one. If shoulders are square to the table, or shoulders are square. Let's say me and you pulling, and our shoulders is square to each other. Is it
Right.
okay?
So the rule is that they need to be square to the table,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know that I think it's too strict. I don't think it's right. I think it was right when the pads were straight,
Mm-hmm.
but when we offset the pads, now we're already like this. If we're
Mm-hmm. A little
square to
bit.
each other, I think it's actually better than being offset and then have to turn in. But that's not the rule. So the rule is square to the table. But I don't think making somebody be square to the table is too strict or unfair. Everybody has to do it. It's how most of us know how to arm wrestle anyway.
Mm. Yeah. So square to the table. That's it. That's easier. That's easier for referees and for everyone to
Right.
understand. Yeah. Mm. But what do you think? If thumb knuckles, they should be visible, right?
Yes.
But if both of them are covering thumb knuckles and both of them are okay, let them pull.
So now this is a really interesting conversation that we've been having, and I like this idea, but it's the idea of consent. So does that word translate good?
No, I don't
Okay.
understand this word.
Wait. Okay. So consent means that both of us agree and say yes. So both
Hmm.
competitors. So if we're sitting and my wrist is a little bent and I say I'm good, I'm ready, and you say yep, say go. If we're both comfortable with how we are, start the match.
Hmm.
Um, Now there's a lot of talk on how to do that, where there would be like a button on the hand peg or on the side of the table that if I'm comfortable and ready to go, I can turn that on and there's a light on the table that the referee can see. And if
Mm.
both lights come on, we say don't move and give them a ready go. Now during that, we're trying to set up the match appropriately by following all the rules. But if I'm sitting there and you keep going wrist, 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 and I've got my light on and he turns his light on, you're no longer worried about that little bit of my wrist. You're now saying ready, go, because both competitors are just fine with it. Now, I don't think that works at WAF or main draw tournaments at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the professional level, that could be a very, very interesting idea to try. And I would
Mm-hmm.
love to say that I came up with it. I didn't. Uh, I was in a conversation with Neil and a few other people when that idea first came up. And the more I've thought about it, if done right, that could be a really good thing. The other thing that I would like to see that I believe would fix a lot of problems, and I think it should happen on every arm wrestling table on the planet, is I think there should be a small quarter inch, and I can't do millimeters. I apologize to all of our people overseas. A quarter inch lip around the border of the pad. It's
Mm-hmm.
soft. Your elbow can still slide off the pad. You can't push into it, but any elbow movement under that lip is not a foul. Only if
Mm-hmm.
it becomes above that lip does it become a foul. I think it would get rid of about 70% of the elbow fouls.
Yeah. It's more or less. I saw those tables with the round pads,
Same concept.
something like this. Yeah, I understand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I've competed on the pads that I'm describing a couple of times. We've had pads and tested it at events over in the US, and it works. It's wonderful. The biggest issue is getting the pad built so that it doesn't fall apart and
Mm-hmm.
getting it covered appropriately and getting that part to work. And then, of course, getting the people that really make the decisions, like the WAF executive board, to implement it and put it in place and things like that. I mean, how many matches at WAF or a WAF rules tournament, and not just WAF, but any tournament that follows WAF rules, where I mean, you barely see light, but you got to
Mm-hmm.
call the foul because that's the
Yeah.
rule.
Yeah.
You know it didn't change the match. You know it didn't help that person. It would
Didn't
eliminate
change
all of
anything.
those.
Didn't change
Right?
anything. Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
eliminate all of those, and I think that would be wonderful.
Mm. That's very interesting. I didn't hear about this. Who is this smart guy who invented this? Who thought
Um,
about this?
I'll tell you offline.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I worry that if certain decision makers know where it came from, they wouldn't like it just because of who thought of it.
Mm. Okay. Yeah, but it's very interesting. So if I understand correctly, that lip is around the corners. I mean, all over the corners of the
Around the whole perimeter.
yeah, around the whole perimeter. And if you lift your elbow, but it's not more than this lip
It doesn't come above the lip.
above the lip, that's not a foul.
Right.
Hmm. That's a great idea. Okay.
Yep. And I've been talking to Robert and Dexter about this too. That because I think East versus West would be a fantastic place to utilize
To
that pad to start.
to try this,
Yep.
right?
Because we're already letting the little stuff go,
Hmm.
right? The
Yeah,
little the
yeah.
little bobbles we're ignoring. But by adding that lip, it takes the judgment out of it for you and I. We
Hmm.
don't have to decide in a split second with the whole world happening, was it too high or not? It makes our job easier. It makes it more consistent for the competitors. It just all in
Hmm.
all, I think it's something that we really need to figure out how to get implemented into the sport.
You know what we need to do? Uh, I was reffing in a WAF with Reno and Jordan, you know, Reno and Jordan.
Yep.
And sometimes it's not possible to see if they touch or didn't touch the shoulder. You need to move like this on a
Yes.
table to understand because one split second it can touch and then again it's a gap there. And you when you move here you can't see it. I mean,
Yep.
you move here, you can't see it. You move there, it's already touched, maybe. So how do we get rid of this? I mean, how do we? Hmm, I don't even. how do we prevent this to happen?
Yeah,
And how to?
I don't know that you I don't know how to fix that because I think you have to leave contact as a foul. I think that has to be a
Mhm.
rule. In the match against Wagner and Pavlo in Chicago, this first time I'd ever called that Wagner pushed with his chin. I pushed shoulder contact, but I've never seen that before. But he tried it. When I called it, he just looked at me and smiled and laughed. But no, especially with these big humans, it gets very difficult to see as a referee. So
Mhm.
I think the best thing, which isn't a fix, it's just the best thing is that as a referee, we know we have to be moving if we need to see. We can't just plant ourselves at the corner of the table and sit there if the match
Mhm.
doesn't allow us to. I mean, most matches allow you to get into your position after the start and watch the match from there, and our eyes are always moving, looking at
Mhm.
everything. Um, and one mistake I see a lot of referees make. Um, you see it made less the better the level of referee, of course. But I think we all make the mistake sometimes is during a really good match, we watch the match for,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden we're not watching for fouls for a second because it's such
Mhm.
an amazing match. We watch the match for a minute.
Mhm.
And I've caught myself doing it. Nope, no, I've got a job here. But that's, I see that a lot in newer referees and younger referees when, especially, you can especially see it when the referee's down in their corner and they're watching the hands and they're strapped up. There's no reason to watch the hands once they're in a
Yep.
strap.
Yep. I saw a lot of.
They're that,
Yep. I have
yep, they're
noticed these
watching the
things.
match. They're not reffing.
Mhm.
So, and that's just is just one of those things that comes with time and experience and somebody seeing you doing it and going, "Hey, Olegs, stop that," or who, not you, but whoever. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
same with the shoulder contact. I mean, I watched that match that you refed with Reno, and
Mhm.
it would have been an incredibly difficult match to ref because of how they were positioned.
Yeah. That was and the shoulder is it didn't pass the center. I mean, it didn't pass, but it was on the edge, and you need to look that, and you need to know, look where it's gonna, if he's touching here, because he is not touching only the shoulder, but he is touching even here, the
Right.
chest. So
See,
it's
the easiest way to know if they touch is if they have a black shirt on and there's chalk there.
mhm. So sometimes it's better for those we know who they are and who is pulling that, you know, who is pulling this style. So they need to put the sleeve on like this, you know, so it's
Right.
easier
Or
to see.
or always wear white so you can't see the chalk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's chalk is all over the place. Oh my God. So
Yeah.
it's mhm. Okay. So what do you think about? I don't know if it's. I mean, I thought about it. If uh, if it's only 60 seconds rest in East West, is it enough for athlete? You as an athlete, you should know this.
Well, I think yes and no. I mean, it is if you train for it, but
Hmm.
it's never going to be as long a rest as you'd like. But if you give them a 90-second or 120-second rest, that makes the show that much longer. And at a point, you have to get matches over.
Hmm. So it's
I mean, same at WAF. I mean, you get done with your semifinals match, and it's a war,
hmm
and you have 1 minute before your finals match
yeah, or maybe
against
2 minutes.
Sasho, who
Yeah,
hadn't worked at all that day.
hmm
So it's just part of the sport. You've got to train for that type of endurance.
Yep, that's true. So that's for the athletes to think about it. Yeah, I don't know if they think about it, but okay. What about this switching sides? Is it necessary?
Yes.
It's necessary, but for what reason?
Well, so the general opinion would be because of the buckle.
But if the buckle doesn't make any difference, so what's the point?
Right. Well, I would still say that facing the ref is an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the point is that if you switch sides in between rounds, that it is making sure that you're running as even a match for the competitors as you can, because everybody has to be everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
it's just keeping it even. Whether it matters for the outcome, um, it very likely might not matter for the outcome of a match if you didn't switch sides, but I think it matters for the fairness, and things like that. Also, in a referee's grip, it matters on who you're closing first.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of reasons, as Tim said, whose thumb you close first. There's a lot of reasons that when you switch sides, everything is now done to you first instead of them first. So yeah, I think that's for good reason.
Yeah, I see that Tim Talmadge is, hey Tim, and he's writing that I think it's about Sasha when we talk about Sasha.
Yep, he
That
tried to make him work. He did. He tried to make
yeah,
him work.
yeah, that
So
was
did
a
everybody
great
else in
match.
the class.
I was watching from the audience, and it was a great. I did I was surprised that Tim is. I know that he's strong, but not so strong that he can hold Sasha like this with the open wrist, and for a long time. I mean, it was a long
Yep.
time. So
I,
that was
I
great
I
match.
thought Tim pulled really, really well at WAF this year.
Mm, very good. Yeah. It is a difference whose thumb you close first. In the ref script, you mean, Tim? In the ref
Yep.
script, I don't think is it difference? Because in
Oh,
WAF we close thumbs like this, one thumb and then another thumb, if they both
right.
are covered.
Yep. But again, you close the hand facing you first every time at the beginning of a ref script.
At the
So do
beginning,
I.
yeah, yeah.
So if you don't switch sides of the table, every time you go into a ref grip, the same guy's getting close first.
Mm. Okay, yeah, yeah, I understood that. Yeah, so that's why they switched. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Uh, wait. I got one more question. Hmm. No pulling opponent across the center with back pressure. Should this be enforced harder? I got this question in my mind before.
Oh, enforced harder.
No pulling opponent across the
Right. Yeah,
center
no,
with back
I
pressure.
understand that question. I think it's enforced really well. So I don't know how we
Mm-hmm.
would enforce it harder than we do. The thing where most competitors make a mistake is is if you and I are pulling and you want to load and I match your load and hold you there and complain that you're loading, that's my fault, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't want to load, I don't load. If we're in a referee's grip and they close my hand and you start loading into my hand and they don't catch it and I hold you there, that's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't hold you and you pull me out, you're going to get the foul if the referees are good refs.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know how we
You'll
would
get a
enforce
warning.
that harder.
Okay. So maybe it's a stupid question. Who knows? Okay. So yeah, body contact. We talk about this. Losing contact. About the peg. I got a question about the peg. Is Should peg holding be mandatory at all times?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
so that's
It gives
just.
it gives a huge advantage if you don't have to hold on to the peg.
Mhm. But yeah, again, if you hold the peg or you hold the table, it makes a difference, right?
Absolutely.
It makes a difference, and but sometimes they're holding the peg they're just touching the peg, and that's
Yep.
allowed.
That's
But
allowed.
that's advantage. I can say that.
But it's an advantage that both of you can do.
Yeah, both of yep, yep, the same as
Yep.
yeah.
Tim asked, should losing contact with the peg just be a foul instead of a warning? Um, you know, it would make our job as referees a lot easier if it was. Um, and
Mm.
you know, so I guess if that rule were proposed and voted on and changed to a foul instead of a warning, I don't know that that would bother me at all. Like, I don't think I would
Mm.
have a big problem or an argument against that. I also don't know that I have an argument to make it a foul instead of a warning either. I'd have to think about that more to see if I would actually care one way or another. But I off the top of my head, I can't think of a reason not to just make it a foul. It would make it way easier. And he's right. He just threw up, gaining position. Anytime
Mm-hmm.
that a foul is used by referee opinion on was position gained, it's not ideal. Anytime it's an opinion, it's never ideal, and I completely agree with that aspect of it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be against that change. I also don't think it happens very often. I mean, you refed for I don't know, like 27 days at Worlds this year, Olegs. How many times did you call handoff peg?
I think one.
Yeah. So I mean, it
I
doesn't happen
remember
a
one.
lot. Hey,
Mm.
Georgie's watching. I love Georgie. Are you all healed up,
Oh,
Georgie?
maybe he's eating again. Those big
Of
portions,
course
like
he's
he's eating.
eating. Yes, of course he's eating.
Georgi, send us picture. What are you eating? But
Yorkie
you
should be
can.
getting ready for ski season.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's that's true. Should be ready, but it's not snow yet, right?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, and the same. We got the same in East West as in WAF that you can ask for ref script or strap match, right? It's the
Okay,
same.
so I saw a question the other day that I have for you.
Okay.
Now, if we're competing against each other and I ask for the strap and you say no, it doesn't go to a strap. That makes a
Mm-hmm.
lot of sense because the strap can definitely give somebody an advantage. So that
Yep.
I completely agree with that and understand that. If I walk up to the table and I know that you're one of these guys and I say I just want a referee's grip, you also have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Do you think you should have to? Isn't the referee's grip always going to be a more even grip than if we get a grip on our own? So if one person wants a referee's grip, shouldn't it automatically go to a referee's grip? I'd like Tim's answer on that too, if he wants to throw it in the comments, because I'm curious. That question got asked, and I can't give a good reason as to why both people have to agree, other than the match hasn't started and the rule says you both have to agree. But if one person wants a referee's grip, should it automatically be a referee's grip? Because there should be no more fair grip than a referee's grip.
Mm-hmm. But it's not.
It's right, yeah.
It's not. I don't know. I agree on this that the same as with straps. If you're asking straps and both agrees, then it's straps, and if you're asking referee's grip, both agrees, then it's referee's grip.
Yep. So at East versus West, once you go into a referee's grip, you stay in a referee's grip for the
Mm-hmm.
remainder of all the rounds. If you go
Yeah.
into a strap, you do not stay in a strap for the remainder of the rounds.
Mm-hmm. So if you go to referee's grip, it's always referee's grip. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
But but yeah, I think it was good in Denver with this rule.
Yes.
I didn't see any bad things. I didn't saw any bad things about it. And Tim is right. I think it should because at the end of the day, it's the most fair grip. Yeah, I don't
That's a
know,
valid
guys. You're
argument.
you are you are Tim, and you are more arm wrestlers than me. So if you say that this is a more fair grip as an arm wrestler, then because I don't think that this again, this referee's grip is it's gonna get advantage to one or another. It doesn't matter because again of the closing of the
Mhm.
hands, if it's comfortable or no, the thumbs and everything. I don't know. I think
Yep.
the most fair is when you get just your own grip, in my opinion. Like me and you,
Is
we're
it
getting
is
a
it the
grip.
most fair or is it the most comfortable? And is that the same thing?
Hmm. But okay, maybe fair again is not the right word, but
But I mean, if you're really comfortable with your grip,
hmm,
at least in your mind, you feel like you have an advantage. If
yeah,
I'm really comfortable with my grip, I feel the same way. So I would say that if we get our own grip, it's certainly probably the most comfortable, but I don't know that you can say it's the most fair. I don't know.
there should be no advantage since it's being said the same. Yes, there should, but there is sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Ima King is writing that this was fantastic answer. Okay. I don't know whose answer, but thank you. Thank you for this. Okay, so maybe, I don't know, we got already 1 hour of talking. So maybe, guys, you got a questions. Not a lot of people here, but still, maybe some got some questions. And if not, then we can maybe, you know, that's enough for
Yep.
today, maybe. Tim is writing because if okay, can you read it, please? It's gonna be
Because if
better for
he,
you.
I'm going to say that he just missed the E. If he gets his
Hmm.
own grip, I can be set up in so many different ways to gain an advantage for my style. Yeah. So he's just saying that even if we both agree on a grip, it's not necessarily fair.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, I think that's true. It might be comfortable, but not necessarily fair. Um, I think the whole idea behind a referee's grip, again, not fair, but it's even.
Hmm. Even. Yeah. Fair and even is a different things, right?
I mean, it is, yeah.
Yeah, but how? What again? About this elbow fouls. We as the referees in East West, we need to understand when they gaining advantage when the elbow is lifting, or when they're not gaining advantage. If I'm saying this
Right.
correct.
Yep.
So
And
how
it's
can
very
you
difficult.
how do you understand this?
So what I use when I'm reffing is anything that hops higher than that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling a foul. Or if it's a smaller, but it's just little, but it's like we jump across with that hop. Well, that's obvious advantage, and the elbow is off.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things I look at. Um, but when I very first started reffing, elbow foul, the elbow foul call was only an elbow foul if position was gained. So that's how I
Mm.
started reffing. So I had done that before. So like even at a start, if at the beginning of the match both of us came up and
Mm.
down and we're still in the center of the table, they wouldn't stop that match because we
Like
both
in
did it. There was no position and we were just arm wrestling.
like in WAF,
Um,
we stop it. Sorry, I interrupted. We stop
coincidental,
it. Coincidental, no fouls.
right?
And what's the point of this? I don't know. Maybe we need to think about this.
The reason that the American associations stopped calling elbow position gained fouls and went to the WAF system was because forever ago there was a world championships in Canada, and Alan Fisher and a couple
Mm.
of other really, really good arm wrestlers from the US went to Canada, went 4-0 on elbow fouls,
Mm.
and never won a match, lost everything on elbow fouls because they were used to being able to move their elbows.
Mm.
They came back. The primary organizations at the time were USAA, AAA, and I think American Wrist Wrestling Association were the three primary promoters
Mm.
at the time. They came together, discussed it, and all of them changed to calling an elbow foul because of that, because they weren't doing a good job for their athletes, training them for the next level of competition by letting them get away with it.
Hmm.
So, which I argue that a lot too when people are complaining about getting called for a foul, don't foul. I mean, train
Hmm.
to not foul. I mean,
Hmm.
sometimes a foul is going to happen, but if you train in a way that you just get away with everything, or you start covering like this, and then you get mad at the referee because they make you uncover the guy's knuckle when you actually go to a tournament, don't train that way.
Hmm.
You know,
Awesome.
if you
This is the thing I'm saying to all of the, if I'm going to Norway,
yep,
whatever, I'm saying just train with the proper setup, with the proper, with everything proper by the rules. That's it. And you're
right,
gonna be good. And
yep,
that's how you get world. That's how you can get the gold medal if you do like this,
yep.
right?
And then the other thing, and this is a Bob Brown line, but it's so true. If you're struggling with fouls or you don't like the setup, the easiest thing to do is get stronger.
Hmm.
Getting stronger fixes almost everything. It just
Right?
does.
That's true. That's true. So just stay strong. Stay strong.
Stay strong. Love
Pull
arm
in and
wrestling.
stay strong. Yeah, yeah. Like
Stay strong, love arm
coach.
wrestling. I think we might have
Yeah.
stole that from somebody.
That's okay. I don't think
You're
they're gonna
Latvian, it's
be mad.
fine.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so thank you very much, Luke. I don't know, maybe we will do something like that, and maybe we can ask somebody else, like Bill, maybe, or Christo, and we can talk about the rules, because about the rules, about the different situations, about the about tips for the referees, you know,
Yep,
and they can learn like that.
for
I
sure.
think it's a great idea, and thank you, and see
Yeah,
you.
thanks for asking me to do this. This was fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Bye bye.
See ya.
See ya. And thank you all, guys, for joining us.